Welcome back to the Game Read. Today we're here with another mystery game, Murder at the Motel. Okay, so I think it works similar to unsolved case files where there's a bunch of documents. So if we open it up, then we'll probably get some more information. So let's open this up. Okay, our game manual. Have our solution, which I guess we open only if we know who the killer is. And we have our first document, Gray Investigations. Do you want to just read it now?
Sure. I like the paper.
It's like cardstock, right?
Yeah.
Hello, investigator. I appreciate your help with this case. The victim is a 32-year-old male named Julian Ford, a contractor from California whose body was discovered at the Sunset Motel in Garfield, Nevada. You'll learn more from my contact, Veronica Rodriguez, and her neighbor, Eugene Young. I'll let Veronica's letter explain their story, such as it is. The police are looking for Chad Willem, their prime suspect. However, Ms. Rodriguez has some insight that causes her to doubt Mr. Willem's involvement in the homicide. My opinion? Leave no stone unturned. I pulled in a favor to get Garfield PD to hand over the police report. It's not complete yet since they haven't caught Mr. Willem, but it should give you a better understanding of the basic facts of the case. There are a lot of moving parts to this one, but don't get discouraged. You have a variety of resources at your disposal. It might be helpful to start by establishing a timeline of events. Start by reading through what the guests said they were doing, then check those stories against the time records provided by the police. Then figure out who had a motive to murder Mr. Ford and who could have been with him at the time of his death. That should help you identify the murderer, at which point we can tip the police. One last thing. The murder weapon hasn't been found yet. If you can figure out what it is, that would be a huge help in your investigation. Miss Rodriguez seems stuck in limbo. If you can crack this case, you can save her. Good luck. Michelle Gray.
Michelle, you have a very deep voice.
My name is Michelle.
Okay, so this is from Veronica. Dear Miss Gray, please help me. Someone close to me was murdered. Julian and I met when he was hired to fix up this motel. He looked like an average hardworking guy, but I know he had the soul of an artist. He saw something in me too, I think. Something more than just another housekeeper. Julian was so different from my ex, Chad. To think I almost married Chad until he tried to rob a bank. Now he's the main suspect in Julian's murder. So that day before everything went wrong, Chad surprised me with a visit. He said he was out on parole, which now I know was a lie. When the cops showed up here after Julian was killed, Chad stole my car and took off. They still haven't found him. Meanwhile, the cops keep coming around to my place asking if I know where Chad is and why he killed Julian. But I don't know anything. They say that if I don't help them, they'll throw me in jail. But I didn't do anything. Maybe the cops will finally leave me alone if you can help me figure out what happened that day. I thought Chad was in his room the whole time, but he could have slipped out at some point. I just don't know when. I've dug through the trash to try to find clues that might help. I don't have a lot, but I've included as much as I could. My neighbor, Eugene, is this pretty observant guy who writes songs about the guests who come through here. I think his lyrics might give you more insight into the people who were here that weekend Julian died. There are some things that belong to Julian too, like his keepsake box. Eugene found it in the riverbed, which I don't get. Julian kept what he called his little memories in there. I don't think he would have thrown it away like that. Please, you have to help me. I don't want to go to jail. I want to be far away from all this. Sincerely, Veronica Rodriguez.
Do you want to start taking notes now?
Sure. So what? We have...
Veronica's the housekeeper. Veronica dated Chad, who is, in parentheses, I guess, prime suspect. I don't know if you want to start a new one for Chad, but he tried to rob a bank. Stole Veronica's car. Who's the other person? Julian Ford, right?
Oh, he's the victim.
The victim. Contractor. And then the other important thing was his keepsake box was found in the riverbed. And then the last one is Eugene, who is a neighbor of Veronica's. Eugene Young, observant / writes lyrics.
About the other tenants, right? All right, what's next?
Looks like a piece of a notepad paper with someone's handwriting, but we don't know.
Eugene, at his show all day. Came back right after that one cop went after Chad. Chad, pretty sure he was in his room all day. When I went to clean his room around noon, he was there. We argued a while. Okay, so this is probably from Veronica. Loser dad. Hangs back from his family. I think he spent all Saturday at the casino. Saw him go into the casino again Sunday morning. Ragged mom. Seemed real stiff. Gave me the stink eye more than once. Olivia, nice girl, introduced herself to me, a little spoiled. Pretty sure she was at some sports thing all day, every day, but she couldn't wait to go home. Santa Cruz. Spaceman. Back again, no wife this time. Likes his movies. Smelled like gin and cigarettes, even in the mornings. Poor guy, said he was in the pool Sunday afternoon, but didn't see anyone go in or out of 106. The suit. She was walking around a lot like she was scoping out the place. Stu, my Grammy boss. All about the money. I'm not sure where he was all day, maybe hiding from Spaceman. Julian. Sunday I saw him in the morning. I offered to get him a coffee around 8:30. He was just leaving his room then, but I got distracted with work, and the next time I saw him, he was dead. That was around 3:30.
Maybe possibly died at 3:30, or found dead at 3:30, and then last seen at 8:30.
Or not last seen, but left room at 8:30. Okay.
My question is, what is 106, room 106? Who lives there? Julie?
Isn't that the spaceman? Or you're right. Could be Julian's room. Okay, I have a feeling like we're gonna need to come back to that for sure.
Record at the sunset. Oh, this is a lot of information. We should go one by one.
Update social media pages with before pics from motel. Update social media pages with after pics. Wait for full pay. Go through McBride and Associates for a lien. Establish 100K. Okay, some tab here.
I think that's estimate.
Oh, estimate. Okay. Oh, Music Man. Fixed hole in wall. Oh, is this Julian's book? I'll just keep a list of room numbers.
Okay. There won't be an order, so you might have
Yeah.
Okay, 202, Music Man. Music Man, fixed hole in wall, 3 hours, 150. New drywall, spackle, primer, paint, and then just a total of the cost, I think. So 300. Okay, next, room 106, water damage, new drywall. So basically 8 hours of service. Maybe we need to jot down how long it took for him to be in that room. Okay, room 206, Veronica. But look, he like decorated her name and then crossed it out and wrote Ronnie. So
it has a nickname.
Really close.
Okay.
New bathroom tile. So bathroom work. Want your tricks free. Part 2. Run over the water, but never let the sky drag you into the clouds. Not sure. Some poem. Oh, look. This is Ronnie.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Room 100, office apartment. 24 hours. But it looks like everything. So electrical outlet, new wall, leaky sink, new tiles, carpet, facelift.
A lot.
Okay.
And the time? 24?
Time? 24, yeah.
Okay.
Room 101, laundry. Fixing the laundry and floors.
Okay.
Room 102, carpet, 8 hours.
Oh, part 3.
I know. Was there a part 1? Nope. Want your tricks free, part 3. I don't know what that means. Ronnie, real, once upon a times, never ever seemed to come around in my life. Room 103, carpet, wall, 10 hours. Okay, room 203, everything. Tile, toilet, mirror, carpet, 30 hours. Room 104, carpet and air unit, 10 hours.
Okay.
Room 206, paint, 2 hours.
Again?
And then he also wrote another paragraph. I never thought that I would feel so stuck and so free at once. Your name become the key. Unlock my heart, meet my memories, shake hands, say, how do you do, and goodbye, and take me with you.
I'm guessing Ronnie is a key to something.
His heart. Unlock my heart.
Or his box, maybe?
But why does he feel so stuck and free at the same time?
I don't know.
Room 105. Guy who checked in really wants to stay in 106 instead. Careful. Okay, and then room 106 again. Carpet, 8 hours. And then more water damage, 5 feet from back.
5 feet from back.
Okay, and he wrote another insert. Turtle lost in the desert sand, hidden and forgotten? Or did you finally see there was no race to win? No race to win. Weird. Okay. Room 104, cranks AC check. I don't know, AC 1 hour.
Something is scribbled out, no?
You can't read it though.
1 hour?
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Okay. I think there's a lot of details in there.
Next is the Garfield Police Department incident report.
Oh, another. How many documents?
So case number. Oh, maybe this is page 2, actually.
Oh, okay, I see. Officer Hutch Diggins and Amanda Klein responded to a call made Sunday at 3:52 p.m. from the front desk at the Sunset Motel. They arrived on the scene at 4:26. They met Mr. Stuart Dance, the owner, in the parking lot. Explaining he was the one who called the police, Mr. Dance led officers to room 106 of the motel, which is not currently rented out. There's a lot of damage in that room. Mr. Dance unlocked the door to the room to allow officers entry. No sign of forced entry was detected on the door or doorframe. Upon entry to the room, Officer Diggins and Klein took note of the scene. The room had been undergoing renovations, according to Mr. Dance. Several sections of drywall were removed from the north wall so that the wooden beams and studs were exposed. The furniture in the room had been consolidated and covered in a heavy clear plastic sheet immediately to the left of the door, in the northwest corner. 2 twin beds, a nightstand, and a small dresser with a television and a lamp sitting on the dresser. Several sheets of drywall were propped against the south wall. A toolbox was on the ground in front of the closet door on the east wall. The toolbox was open and some small screws and other fasteners were strewn around the area. A large work light fastened atop a tripod stand was on in the southeast corner of the room, pointing at the north wall. Officers observed a man identified by Mr. Dance as Julian Ford lying on his back on the floor in a pool of blood originating from his head. His right eye was open and his left eye was ruptured. There was a long tapered smear of blood on his shirt and no other visible wounds. At this point, Officer Diggins asked Mr. Dance if he was aware of anyone else entering the room. Mr. Dance said that the housekeeper living on the premises was the person who had discovered the body. Officer Klein asked Mr. Dance to retrieve the housekeeper for some preliminary questions and to inform the rest of the people staying at the motel to remain in their rooms. Mr. Dance returned with the housekeeper as requested. Officer Klein met the housekeeper outside of room 106, and the housekeeper identified herself as Veronica Rodriguez. She said that she had returned from a long lunch at 3:30 p.m., and that was when she went looking for Mr. Ford in room 106. As she was speaking with Ms. Rodriguez, Officer Klein witnessed a male individual approximately 5'9" to 6 feet tall with short blonde hair and athletic build run out of room 102, get behind the wheel of a gray muscle car, and speed away. Ms. Rodriguez identified the vehicle as her own and the individual as Chad Willem, the escaped convict from High Desert Penitentiary. Ms. Rodriguez explained that Mr. Willem was her ex-fiancé. Officer Klein asked Ms. Rodriguez if she knew where the fugitive may have headed, given their history. She denied knowing anything about where he may have headed.
The car that he took is Ronnie's car, so she owned a gray muscle car.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it is page 1 of 3. So it does go together. Officer Klein then left to pursue the fugitive while Officer Diggins remained at the motel to secure the scene. Time check was 5:09 p.m. An intoxicated man approached Officer Diggins from the pool deck and introduced himself as Richard Cogswell. Mr. Cogswell verified to Officer Diggins that he had seen the car Mr. Willem had taken being used by Miss Rodriguez. Earlier in the day, Mr. Cogswell saw Miss Rodriguez leave around 1:30 p.m., right before he went to the fitness center. Mr. Cogswell then informed Officer Diggins that his wife's turtle was stolen. Mr. Cogswell was slurring his words and trailing off. Miss Rodriguez confirmed that she left for her lunch break around 1:30 p.m. Officer Diggins then removed himself from the conversation with Mr. Cogswell and spoke with each of the other guests at the motel in turn. Eugene Young, a long-stay guest, said he was performing at the lounge at the Ambitious Card Casino next to the motel. Officer Diggins had observed Mr. Young arrive on the scene on foot, carrying a guitar case at roughly 5:30 p.m. He was walking from the direction of the casino. Mr. Young said he had become close to the victim since the victim started working on the motel 2 months ago. He believed that the victim harbored an interest in becoming a musician or poet of some kind, and Mr. Young had taken him under his wing. Mr. Young then excused himself to his room. Candace White said that for most of the day she was in the business center making phone calls and working through emails. She appeared worried, and when Officer Diggins asked her why she appeared worried, Miss White said she was concerned about a work-related issue. She said she was involved in commercial real estate. She said she never met the victim. Buck Crabtree said he was at the casino from early in the morning until 11:30 a.m., trying to capitalize on good luck from the poker tournament he had won the day before. He returned to the motel because his wife asked him to find their daughter's lost good luck charm. He said he only met the victim when Mr. Ford arrived at the room to check on the AC unit that day. After that encounter, Mr. Crabtree then returned to the casino until his wife and daughter returned. Ava Crabtree said she was with her daughter Olivia at a volleyball tournament in Reno. Mrs. Crabtree said that after the volleyball tournament, she took her daughter to get ice cream. She said she didn't know the victim. At around 6 p.m., Officer Klein radioed to confirm that she had lost sight of the suspect in Reno and was returning to the motel, separate report to follow. At 5:45 p.m., the medical examiner arrived on the scene. At 6:30 p.m., the body was cleared and taken to the morgue. Officer Diggins returned to the motel Monday afternoon and requested from Mr. Dance the records of guest activity over the weekend. Mr. Dance provided Officer Diggins a printout of electronic lock key card activity and the invoice for each guest who was checked into the motel at the time of the murder. Officer Diggins again met with Miss Rodriguez and advised her that it is in her best interest to cooperate with the police to avoid being charged as an accessory to murder or with harboring a fugitive. Prime suspect, Chad Willem, is currently at large. He may be armed and should be considered dangerous.
Okay.
It's a lot
Lots
of
names. So Eugene Young we already knew about. He's the one who writes songs about other people. Was there someone before? Oh, Richard Cogswell.
Mr. Cogswell saw Miss Rodriguez leave at 1:30, right before he went to the fitness center. It's 2 hours, like oddly a long time for lunch. And then his wife's turtle. Remember, he wrote something about a turtle. And then I wonder too, this is just another thought, did he write this according to timeline? Earlier in the notebook, that's what that job was done earlier.
Oh, maybe. That would make sense,
right?
yeah.
And then that means when he wrote Turtle Lost, it was between, like, he just finished maybe 105, 106, and then moving on to 104.
Well, we don't know which room Richard is in.
Eugene Young is the next guest.
He arrived around 5:30.
From casino.
Okay.
Candace White at the business center said making phone calls, just say like working. The officer noticed that she was concerned, and then she said it was concerned based off of a work-related issue. And then the next point, I think, is she said she never met the victim. That's a strong statement. And then there's Buck Crabtree. He was at the casino from early in the morning until 11:30. He won the poker tournament the day before. So apparently he was also at the casino the day before. So he did meet Mr. Ford to check on the AC unit that day.
AC unit.
There's 2 possible rooms.
104?
Oh, just 104 then. Ava Crabtree. She was at the volleyball tournament with her daughter Olivia. Went to get ice cream. And then she didn't know the victim.
Ava said she didn't? Or was it?
Ava. At around 6 p.m., Officer Klein radioed to confirm she had lost sight of the suspect in Reno.
Do we need to start making a timeline?
It could be like the other game where we're like way too detailed.
Probably.
You know? We're being super detailed. Oh, 6:30, taken to the morgue. Body to morgue.
Oh, yeah, on his chest. So they still don't know the weapon, right? That was used, so we still have to figure that out.
His right eye was open and left eye ruptured. So this is just a smear. This is not a...
Yeah.
I
think it was just rubbed on.
Oh, room invoices. So room 104, 2 nights, late checkout, and then movie rental on Friday and Sunday.
So that might be the Crabtree family.
So when this happened, what day is it of the week? Do we know?
I think it's on a Sunday.
Okay.
It happened on Sunday. So they rented a movie in the afternoon.
Room 103, 2 nights, Saturday and Sunday.
103, carpet and drywall.
Room 105, 3 nights. Replacement key, very interesting. Wow, a lot of movies. Saturday evening, 2 of them back to back. And then Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon. 9 mini bar.
So this is the guy who wanted 106.
What's 106 again?
106 is where he was found, which is the room that he was fixing up.
So this is interesting because in her note, remember you said Spaceman was in 106? But it could be that a Spaceman is not in 106. Or wait, do we think... So Julian, does he live there? Does he also stay at the motel?
I think he was staying there. Back again, no wife this time. Likes his movies.
That was 105.
Smelled like gin and cigarettes even in the mornings. Said he was in the pool. Oh, but there was the guy who was drunk. Richard Cogswell.
Oh, Cogswell. So we're thinking that 105 is Spaceman?
Yeah, maybe. But why did they say, but didn't see anyone go in or out of 106? Oh, I think because 106 is where they found the body. Spaceman might be Richard.
So I think this one is Spaceman and Cogswell.
So he saw Veronica leave at 1:30, and then he went to the fitness center around 1:30. Because the last movie... Well, if he rented a movie at 1 p.m., so that means he rented it but didn't watch it. He could have rented it and then left to the fitness center.
Okay, room 102, 2 nights, rented Saturday evening and Sunday afternoon. All right, next, magic key. So it shows all the entries. Between Sunday, I guess the start of Sunday until Sunday evening.
So we're checking for 106 first, I guess. I don't see it there. How about 105? Because that seems next door.
There's a back page. 106, 2:19 p.m.
Okay. And 3:29. That's right before she came there and found the body.
Oh, maybe this was her.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then 3:46. I don't know why again. And another one at 4:35.
This is probably to show what time was the phone call? 3:52.
Oh, 3:52.
So this is before the phone call. Maybe she brought the owner in or something. Okay, but we're really interested about this one. 2:19.
Possibly Julian. That's the first entry of the day. But other than that, there's no other.
What about 105?
105, 10:26 a.m. That's it. What's 105? What are you looking at?
105 is that room next door that, yeah. And it's next door, so I feel like they might have access to 106.
I think it's across, not next door.
Or maybe the floor above, too?
No.
206?
What's Ronnie's room? 206, right?
Oh, only at night. Only after the incident, too.
Another thing too is in 106 there's water damage. I mean, I don't know if we'll have a map later, but maybe there's access.
Yeah.
Should we move on?
Sure. Maybe there is a map.
Yeah. Oh, you want to read this?
Sure.
Casino
From the
napkin.
casino.
Yeah.
Left, right, and left again. She got no time to fall in. Lines and lines of words, figures and numbers. She got a kid back home, darling baby girl, all grown up, and the world just out of reach. If man can't bring bank home.
If mom.
Oh, if mom can't bring bank home. Is it like a code? We gotta fold this or something?
No, it's not that kind of game.
Is this another lyrics?
You have to sing it.
Hunting coyotes. The sun was going down, and a man without a crown was clutching to a leash. Something scratched off. Was clutching to a leash and empty collar. He thought the coyote was mild, but let me tell ya, she was wild. Not at all the type to come back at a holler. Well, the man hunts the coyote, or the coyote hunts the man. But I'm betting that sly coyote, she's got a plan that the man cannot reckon.
Interesting. So it talks about this female that is sly. San Pedro's hot dogs.
Host? Oh, that's just the server. We don't know whose this is.
But what time? 4:19. I think that's important. Saturday. So this is an alibi for somebody, maybe?
On Saturday?
Oh, no, wait. I don't know. Has to be on Sunday, huh?
Or maybe on Saturday, because it happened.
No, she saw him at 8:30 in the morning.
Somebody didn't return this? I have a number here.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. Let's see which room it is.
201. Oh, no, wait. This card number has access to multiple rooms. 201. Oh, we need to connect the card number. There's 201.
101?
101.
101 is the laundry.
Anybody can access that, right?
The same number opens multiple doors.
Like, for example, we're looking at 106, right? The same key card went into 100.
Oh, right after.
Yeah. Who's in? Do we know 100?
That's the office apartment.
If he was in room 106, then is this his key card?
Mm-hmm. And he went to 104 also.
Oh, to check the AC.
So we might think that's his card number.
1068 7221.
Okay, let's just come back to that. This must be the family, the Crabtree family. She's not holding the dad's hand. He has a white ring. I don't know too much.
She has no ring. Mistress! Okay. Gaming voucher. Validation Sunday at 11:20. His alibi.
It lines up with what he's saying around 11:30. He said he was at the casino until 11:30.
Okay, next.
Okay.
Maintenance request on Saturday for 104. Climate, yeah. Please fix the AC in our room. The thermostat won't stay put, and yesterday it got really cold after the sun went down. My wife was in a terrible mood all night. Thanks in advance.
Yeah, that's the family, the Crabtree family.
Yeah, so that seems to line up. Guest relations form.
Well, she made a complaint.
Yes, so Ava Crabtree, room 104.
There you go.
Yeah, extension 4 on Saturday. The complaint is rude service. Room is not clean. Interesting. So this is against Veronica, I assume. Julian and that woman, who I can only assume was a housekeeper, if you even have a housekeeper, or being very loud outside when I was trying to have some quiet time with my family at night. Please tell them to keep their voices down if they're going to be outside after dark. Maybe they're canoodling somehow. Okay, Richard Cogswell. This is the drunk one? Okay, room 105.
All right, yeah, we got it.
Phone. Let's face to face, shall we? Sunday. He must be drunk. Immediately. Oh, so this was on Sunday. Rude service. Wow. I reserved 106. Oh.
Yeah, he wanted
Yeah.
106.
I stayed in that room every year for 41 years. I wanted to stay one more time. Remember my wife, but nobody cares. I've been asking since I got here when the room is going to be ready, and I keep getting the runaround. I got here Friday at 7. It's now Sunday at 3:15. I've been waiting here 15 minutes and no one's at the front desk. What kind of operation are you running here anyway?
At front desk around 3:15.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, what about that one? Okay.
And the other guests are rude. Ran into some middle-aged, weak-bearded, pretty boy jerk in the laundry room, and he gave me a hard time for bringing my drink in with me. Rude. And get my wife's turtle back to me. Someone stole it. Find out who before I do.
Wait, who was in the laundry room? Room 101.
Who's 2016 again?
We don't know. Okay, I think you keep going.
Okay. This?
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice paper. Fancy.
Okay, dear Mr. Dance, I would like to reiterate one last time the position of Jefferson Redmayne Schuster with regard to the possible purchase of your property. Oh, that's why she was looking around. JRS is prepared to offer you this amount, blah, blah. JRS remains highly interested and motivated to make this transaction a reality. However, it has become apparent to JRS that an independent contractor by the name of Julian Ford is as yet unpaid for improvements made to your hotel and has threatened a lien on your property. Hopefully, you can understand that any property under threat of lien would be a liability that we have no interest in purchasing. While JRS is still prepared to offer the above amount for your property, that offer is now conditional on a resolution of the matter with Mr. Ford. You have until Monday morning, when I will have to return to my office in Los Angeles and report the outcome of this deal to my team. I look forward to speaking with you once the necessary conditions have been met.
All right, Mr. Dance. So Mr. Dance again is
the owner. Interesting. Wonder why they haven't been paying him.
And then earlier in his notebook, he wrote about that too. Go through McBride, estimated 1,000K. That's a tab of all of his work.
100K. Okay, inmate escapes High Desert Penitentiary. Police are on a statewide manhunt for Chad Willem, 35, convicted felon, who escaped custody yesterday from High Desert Penitentiary. Prison warden Greg Manville refused to comment on the possible method of Willem's escape. Willem is 5 feet 10. Is that okay?
5'9" to 6.
Okay. On here, he may be hitchhiking. Surrounding local jurisdiction have been informed of Willem's escape. Anyone with information on his whereabouts is asked to call the local police department. Willem was convicted of armed robbery and assault with a deadly weapon after his attempt to rob the Salt Wells, Nevada branch of the United American Financial Bank 9 years ago. Okay.
Okay. I'm stuck in a dream, but so free. Please do not disturb. Ready
to be me. What is that?
I don't know.
What is it supposed to say?
I'm stuck in a dream, but so free. It sounds like the writing of Ford, Julian, where he's like, I'm stuck, but also free.
Okay, the last document.
Is that Johnny Depp?
Okay.
Oh, is this the room layout? Yes, this is what we need.
Okay, let's look at this side first. Eugene Young, all-day launch party. Okay, is that the musician? Mm-hmm. Where was he? Arrived at around 5 from the casino. Okay, so he works at the casino. So the event is from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m., which explains why he came back at 5:30. Eugene will be there all day playing these new tunes and all your favorite classic Eugene jams. That's a pretty solid alibi.
Look, in his notebook, he wrote, Want Your Tricks Free Part 2 and Part 3.
I want your tricks free.
Okay.
Let's flip it over. Gumshoe. Julian was a good kid, and I think he could have had a future in songwriting if he could only figure out the structure. I always told him, words count, don't count your words. Who knows if he listened to an old bag like me? Probably not. Well, I have a few words on this map here, and I hope they count for something. I wish I could tell him I'll miss him. Get that bastard that did this. Eugene. And this is pretty much who's in each room. Okay. Real business-like. Okay.
Stu, is that Mr. Dance?
Yeah, that's the owner. Stuart Dance. Second floor, business center. Oh, that's the workout place?
You're thinking about fitness
center. Yeah.
201.
This is me. Empty Julian's spot. Empty Veronica's place.
So he lived in 204, or there's no record?
Nothing. So it is above. Veronica's place is above. But the water damage
was from the back.
Okay. What else is here? Alright, so we have the tin box. And what's that?
Don't know.
It's just info.
It's the turtle!
Oh, it's numbers. So it's not Ronnie. Doc Whitmore's Nervine tablets. What did it say about the heart? The key. Heart is the key. Heart is the cards. I never thought that I would feel so stuck and so free at once. Your name, become the key. Unlock my heart. Meet my memories. Shake hands. Say how do you do and goodbye. And take me with you. Okay, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be more complicated to open this. Well, I mean, that's it. I think we went through everything. Look out for the next video coming soon where we solve this mystery. If you like our content, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again in the game room.